Now we're joined in studio by Father Peter Gyves, the founder and the director of A Faith That Does Justice. He's right here in studio. Thanks so much for being with us.
Well, thank you for having me here.
Thanks. Now, A Faith That Does Justice was founded as it was founded as an ecumenical program to raise consciousness. So tell us about the mission and what's been going on thus far.
Right. I'm a pediatrician by training before I was a Jesuit priest, and in 1989 I went down to Central America, to El Salvador, in the midst of a civil war, and I provided health care. And it was that experience which was fairly transformative for my own life, and the program that we run now is really an attempt to recapitulate that through 3 different programs. One is really Faith in Action talks, another one is these big community meetings, which maybe we'll talk about, and then finally we have an action component where we do English for speakers of other languages. We try to offer people in need of English skills an opportunity to increase the skills so that we can help them find jobs going forward.
So, and there is a big event, right? You just mentioned on May 15th. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, May 15th, we will have what we call a community meeting. It's open to the city. People of all denominations, races, everyone is welcome. And the talk this month will be on poverty and income inequality. And really, it's a fascinating thing. Boston is a unique city, perhaps, in the sense that we have some of the best universities, hospitals in the world, and at the same time we have areas of the city where people really seem to be disenfranchised and left behind. And the talk we'll have will be, Mary Jo Bain is a Harvard Kennedy School of Government professor who really deals with poverty. We have John Barrows coming from the mayor's office, who's his head of economic development, and Debbie Rambo from Catholic Charities will be here to talk about the opportunities that are lost because of these income disparities and the people who are being left behind. So it really should be quite an interesting evening as we explore how it is that what we can do perhaps to make people aware that these conditions exist, and whether people of goodwill, people perhaps like ourselves, can maybe offer ourselves to try and do something to help people in need.
Yeah, it's an interesting development with what seems to be now this eradication of the middle class, that many of this economic disparity like mimics what goes on in some of the islands. You know, you get off a cruise ship and everything's so shiny and bright, and then people with no money.
Right.
Exactly. You know, the Globe Spotlight team a year ago did something on the income disparity within the country, and hard to believe, but that the net worth of the average African-American male in Boston is $8. Whereas the counterpart of a white male in Boston is almost $250,000. Hard to believe that number can exist, but that is what they found. So the income disparity leads to a loss of opportunity in education, healthcare, a whole bunch of different possibilities for people's lives. So it's dramatic, and what we hope to do is really uncover and to talk something about that evening.
Yeah, so that evening, the goal is to educate people?
To educate. Who are you hoping
is going to come out?
Yeah, the whole part of our group is really to raise consciousness in people of goodwill that really there are people among us, not just in other parts of the world, who really are suffering. And can we raise consciousness to the point where we can get people to begin to act? People who are more fortunate to say that, yes, my life has been blessed, but there's an opportunity and obligation maybe to give back and to offer to others in need what they can. So.
And in terms of responding in action, how would we see that taking place? Or
yeah, oftentimes what we try to do at these meetings is we have what we call an action table. For example, at this one, we've invited Debbie Rambo and Catholic Charities to come with a table where they're able to show people some of the opportunities that they might have to volunteer with in some of the neighborhoods around the city that would be in great need of help.
Sure.
What kind of volunteer work would that be?
Well, you know, a big thing in this city would be the immigration issue is one, so helping out with recruiting or finding people who might have issues related to immigration and referring them to Catholic Charities, and other possibilities as well. So, and then the mayor's office, we've extended an opportunity to them to see whether they might want to have a table where they would be able to make people aware of some of the things perhaps the mayor's office is trying to do to deal with these issues that we're up against right now in this city.
Yeah, I know you have a great website, faith-justice.org.
That is right.
So lots of resources there, lots of things for people to learn about, and to find issues regarding the social climate that they can respond to. Is that the best place for people to register for the May 15th
Right.
event?
The easiest way to register is to go to our website at faith-justice.org, and you can register right online there. If anyone doesn't have access to a computer, you can always call the office at 857-990-3670, and if all else fails, you can just show up. The meeting will be held at the Marriott Downtown Courtyard Hotel, which is 275 Tremont Street.
Oh, sure. Yep.
So it's near the Boylston Street exit on the Green Line.
The Green Line, great.
So that would get them there.
Great.
All are welcome. We hope we see you.
Yeah, it sounds like an interesting evening. Of course, we have great respect for Debbie's work at Catholic Charities.
Sure.
She's done fine work. I know she's looking forward to a retirement. So faith-justice.org for May 15th, but definitely check out the website for all the really important issues that face us in our society today. So thanks so much for being with us, Father. We really appreciate it, and thank you so much for your work. Thank you.
Thank you again for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.